On today's episode of the Cryptoverse, Dash and LiteCoin go bananas, and a new partnership is announced that will boost smart contract adoption on Bitcoin. All of that coming up in today's episode of the Cryptoverse, so stay right there. Hi there guys, welcome to the latest episode of the Cryptoverse, your regular dose of news and commentary on Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies and blockchains. I'm your host, Chris Coney, the founder of Cryptoversity, the online school where you can learn about Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies and blockchains. Find out more at cryptoversity.com. So let's get into the first part of the show, which I call the Market Roundup. You can imagine what that is. It's a roundup of the cryptocurrency markets and prices. So if we go to coinmarketcap.com to give out my 5 daily awards. We begin with the biggest winner in the top 20 by percentage. It's LiteCoin. According to CoinMarketCap, it's up 11%. Take a look at the chart in just a second. But LiteCoin is being reported here at $61.21. However, looking at the price from Bitfinex right at this moment in time, it's $60.10. However, the market cap of LiteCoin is 3.2 billion now. It's peaked over the $3 billion mark. And it's also the most traded coin of the day. So it wins 2 awards today. With an $837 million worth of trading volume, that makes it also the most traded coin. Now the biggest loser is Lisk, down 8.16% to $6.17. I've also got the Lisk price up here somewhere. Here it is. Lisk isn't traded against the US dollar on many of the exchanges supported by Coinigy. However, this is the price of a Lisk in Bitcoin. And while it looks like this is a massive gain, it's actually returning to prices it's previously been around. It's like 1.5 millibits. And it was around that price back in the 10th of the 6th. What's that? May, June time. Yeah, May is the 5th. June is the 6th. So it's the 10th of June when the price was back around these levels. It then crashed right down to a low of, oh dear, what's that? 48,000 Satoshis. And the 18th of this month, August, and then within a week, it's gone absolutely ballistic. However, today, in the last 24 hours, Lisk is the biggest loser, puts it in 16th place with a $687 million market cap. So that is out of context in terms of the biggest loser of the day. If we look at the wider context of the last several days, especially the weekend where it had 2 massive buyer days. Moving on from there, I've given the honorable mention to Dash because Dash is in a similar situation to Lisk in the sense that here on CoinMarketCap it's reporting a 5.5% loss in the last 24 hours, but Dash also had a crazy weekend. If we look on Coinigy, look at this. Over these last, we'll call it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 candles, it's gone from $200 and it went and hit a high of $412. So that's doubled within 2 weeks. And now it's come off of its high and it's now back down to $354. However, it's still a damn sight higher than it was a week ago. And $88 million of Dash has been traded in the last 24 hours according to CoinMarketCap. And the price has got a little discrepancy. CoinMarketCap is reporting $360, whereas Coinigy coming from Bitfinex is reporting $354. Obviously, the Coinigy one is more accurate because it's changing by the second, and CoinMarketCap is just a snapshot. So that's biggest winner, biggest loser, most traded coin, and honorable mention. The 5th award I give out is the Crazy Coin Award. I look for the most obscure coin that's had the most ridiculous gain. Today, it's right down in 94th place. It's AD token, and you can imagine what that does. It's up 37.4% today to 6.7 cents a coin. It has a $40 million market cap and a fixed supply of 600 million coins. Now I have the AD token website up here. It just says introducing AD token. It doesn't really have a slogan, whereas if you refer to the first part of the white paper, you can pretty much work out what it stands for. It says the unwitting purchase of bot traffic in digital advertising markets defrauds advertisers of over 16 billion annually. So there we go. From that one opening line, you can pretty much tell the vision for this project. It's to bring about fairer ad exchange in the online advertising market and prevent advertising fraud. Because it says here, if if websites are charging advertisers based on a CPM basis, which is how many 1,000 times an ad is viewed, well, there's an incentive there to use a bot to just keep refreshing the page and burn up all the advertising budget, even though the ad wasn't seen by a human being. So there's other projects that are working on this, like the basic attention token. That's probably one that I know the best and one of my favorite ones. And ad token are doing something similar. So there we go. That's it in terms of the market roundup. That was a quick and easy. Let's move on to the main news story for today, which comes from the Merkle. Haven't visited the Merkle in a little while. Whoops, and come on, bring this thing up. There it is. The Merkle, I do read the Merkle, but I've never picked any stories out recently. But this is a good one. EtherParty and Rootstock announced a multi-chain smart contract solution. So, do you remember last Monday when I did an episode introducing BlockCat? Do you remember that? It was that smart contract platform, or actually it was a platform, a marketplace, that would let people create smart contracts as templates and then list them for sale for other people to use, right? So you wouldn't have to be a techie or a developer in order to create and use smart contracts. Well, in response to that episode, you good viewers dutifully informed me that BlockCat was not the only game in town. It was not the only project of this nature. Agrello, Pactum, and EtherParty are three other projects targeting the same market, but with slightly different approaches. So, for example, here's Agrello, legally binding smart contracts powered by AI. It's Agrello, A-G-R-E-L-L-O, agrello.org. Interestingly, key points, legally binding smart contracts, fascinating. Second thing, powered by AI. Double interesting, right? Now that's a much better tagline than what we saw on the ad token website. As you can see here, where is it there? What the hell's this? Introducing ad token, view the white paper. That's terrible. That's absolutely terrible. This is much better, right? And then Pactum, it's like Pactum, as in make a pact. So configurable smart contracts aiming to accelerate the global adoption of Ethereum through our CSCs, or configurable smart contracts. That's not as good as Agrello's opening lines, is it? And then we've got EtherParty here, the power of Ethereum in the palm of your hand. It's cliche. It's hypey. Don't like it. And again, I'm assessing this from a marketing point of view. I can't help it. I'm a marketing veteran. It's just what I do. It says EtherParty is a contract wizard that removes the complexity of creating, managing, and executing smart contracts on the blockchain. That's much better, right? Like a wizard, you know? Wizard is something we're familiar with. It's like a thing when you install a program and you click next. That's a wizard. And removes the complexity of creating and managing smart contracts. That's really what it does. It's not Ethereum in the palm of your hand. That's just too fluffy, right? And then you obviously have BlockCat, blockcat.io. Their tagline is you shouldn't have to be an expert to use smart contracts. Like it, like a lot. So I would say BlockCat definitely has the strongest branding overall, in my opinion, as well. So again, that's just another point of marketing. And the reason this is important, the reason I harp on about marketing, is not just because I've got a marketing background. It's because that is like the key. It's one of the major keys to a success or failure of a project. You might have a superb piece of technology, but if your marketing's terrible, if your branding's terrible, if you don't communicate the message, it may as well not be super, you know what I mean? And likewise, a mediocre piece of technology that's okay, that does what it's supposed to do, but that everybody knows about, well, you know, that's what people are going to use. You can't use a superior product you're not aware of. How can you, right? So that's why I harp on about marketing. Of course, the master key would be the best technology, the best use case, and the best marketing all in one, but seldom do they all come together in one, right? So today is the opportunity to talk about EtherParty because they have partnered with Rootstock, which is another one of my all-time favorite projects in the cryptocurrency space. Now, since Rootstock is a smart contract platform that runs on Bitcoin, then the next logical thing would be to broaden the adoption with these smart contract marketplaces. So it's not a surprise to me that these people have teamed up, like the smart contract marketplace and Rootstock. That's a good partnership, in my opinion. The only mistake I can see from my point of view, again from a marketing point of view, is that they called it EtherParty. So BlockCat, Agrello, and Pactum are all more flexible brand names, but that's just a side point. The thing about EtherParty is it's got the name Ether in it, right? So I've been eager to see Rootstock launch, as a product on its own. But as far as I can understand it, you'll be able to run Ethereum smart contracts on Bitcoin, thanks to the Rootstock technology, because you can write your smart contracts in Solidity, and then you can run them on Rootstock. So that effectively makes Ethereum smart contracts runnable on Bitcoin, right? So imagine Bitcoin's infrastructure and its mad adoption, all the exchanges and all the merchants that support it and all that kind of stuff. Combine that with the intelligence of Ethereum and what it can do. And you've got like a crazy recipe for mass adoption, right? And Rootstock also can do like 2,000 transactions per second. So don't worry about that. That would be the next obvious question, wouldn't it? If you bring all these transactions to Bitcoin with smart contracts, it's just going to crush it. Rootstock have thought of that. They're working on it. Now, Rootstock would have brought smart contracts to Bitcoin anyway, but the goal here is to accelerate the speed at which they're adopted. This partnership, the goal is to boost and accelerate the adoption of smart contracts on Bitcoin. So if anyone can just go to EtherParty and then pick up a ready-made smart contract, I'd say that speeds things up pretty considerably, wouldn't you? More significantly than that, though, is the fact that this will make EtherParty the world's first multi-chain smart contracts platform and marketplace, meaning you can get a smart contract template from EtherParty and then run it on Bitcoin or Ethereum, your choice. Now, I think Rootstock is already running on the Bitcoin testnet, but I just can't seem to get anything concrete in terms of when it will actually launch and be usable, right, and make a difference to the actual Bitcoin network. That has to be the most frustrating thing to me about these kinds of announcements. They all sound very exciting, and then when you read there is no official timeline as to when this partnership will manifest anything, that's just incredibly frustrating, isn't it? Anyway, before we go today, let me do a welcome to a few new patrons because it's a Monday. We have Peter Galloway actually rejoining as a patron. We have Arif. See, these non-English names, I really do struggle with them, which would be funny considering I speak professionally. I know this guy. I actually met him in person. Arif Shafiq. I should know his name because I've spoken to him. But also rejoining as a patron. And then a new patron, Christian Murphy, who was joking in the chat group the other day about their name being unfortunate because it's like Murphy's Law, Alright guys, thanks very much for joining me today. If you like this episode, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you're new around here, get subscribed. And if you would like access to my very best material, such as my structured online courses that will teach you things like how to make and save money with Bitcoin, check out cryptoversity.com. Alright guys, that's all for today. I'll be back tomorrow with another episode of the Cryptoverse. So until then, it's me, Chris Coney, saying bye for now.